Welcome to the 5-day study challenge. Today's video is really going to be about getting a good start to this course, about being prepared for learning and really setting yourself up to make the most of the week. Hopefully you already filled in the little survey before you watch this video, so we can talk about why it is you chose to do this course. So your answers to the survey might have included several of the following issues. You might be wanting to beat procrastination, improve your focus, or you might think that you don't have enough time to study. So today we're really going to concentrate on those 3 issues. In days 2, 3 and 4, we'll look at the last 3 in terms of maybe our studying isn't getting results, we find it difficult to recall information, or maybe want to improve our understanding. And in day 5, we'll actually go back to some long-term planning so we can really keep the motivation and the focus going into the future. And if you ticked the box that said that you work really hard but still don't understand your course content, there's a bonus day on day 6 when we'll have a little bit more of a look at what we can do when we really just think that actually we're not good enough for what we're studying. So today we're going to make ourselves a foolproof weekly plan. And it looks very, very simple. You're going to have a box for each day. And each day we're going to look at when you're going to study, where you're going to do it, who you're going to tell about it, and how you're going to do the best that you can this week. And we're going to think about being really specific whenever we make a study plan. This is our way to beat procrastination. Procrastination happens worst when we don't really have a clear aim for what we're doing when we sit down to study. If we don't know exactly what we're going to do, it's really easy to get distracted and to feel like we're not getting anything done at all. We're also going to be specific with the exact time. And so you're going to sit down with this weekly plan and decide exactly when on each day you will turn up for this course and do the activities. Of course, the what has already been done for you because the activities will be given to you in the course. So that's nice and easy in terms of you don't yet have to think about what you'll do on each day. So today's all about preparation. And it's also about holding yourself accountable and maybe sharing your plans with others. Let's have a look at some examples of why this is important. We're going to use the example of going to the gym. Going to the gym is like sitting down to study. We know that it's good for us. We don't always feel motivated to do it. So let's compare these 2 scenarios. Melanie, she knows she needs to go to the gym and she decides that she's going to go 3 times a week when she gets the time. Dira also knows that she needs to go to the gym, and so she does something a little bit extra. She looks at her weekly schedule, she chooses 3 times when she can go. She blocks out those times and she tells a friend when she's planning to go and arranges to meet the friend there. Or if the friend isn't particularly interested in going to the gym, maybe she'll arrange to call on the friend or go out for a coffee afterwards. And the night before, she packs a bag with everything she needs and she leaves it by the door. So who out of these 2 is going to be more successful? It's really obvious. Nadira isn't just going to find the time to go to the gym when she feels like it. She pre-arranges it. She has some accountability by telling a friend, and she's also prepared in advance so that she hasn't got that barrier of thinking, oh, I was going to go to the gym, but I don't have time because I slept in and I can't prepare my gym kit. So you're going to prepare your space for studying as well. This is kind of the equivalent of packing our gym kit the night before. You don't need any special materials for this course. Some plain paper will definitely help tomorrow. You might also want some different coloured pens and highlighters. You need to obviously make sure you've got some materials related to the course you're studying. And you could just decide to focus on one subject this week, or you could focus on more than one. And preparing your working space means two things. So it means preparing the physical space by decluttering, finding somewhere quiet, somewhere you can sit comfortably, somewhere you have room to write and put your books. But you also need to think and prepare your working space for getting rid of distractions. So as well as being somewhere quiet, you need to think about your electronic devices because they are the biggest distractions that we have. Find out, if you don't already know, how to mute your notifications or how to set a focus mode or a do not disturb mode on your phone. And if necessary, if you're working on your computer, you might want to think about closing and disabling notifications from any apps or social media that might distract you while you're working. And you're also going to prepare your mind a little bit more. So part of this will be by filling in the weekly plan so that you've already made a commitment to yourself. But it's easy to break a commitment to ourselves. Hold yourself accountable by sharing that plan with other people. Remember the gym example, you're much more likely to go if you do it with someone else. Now you might not have any friends that are suitable to study with, they might be more of a distraction than a help. But you could still tell your friends what you plan to do and get them to remind you or nag you about it, or you could tell a family member. So you need to be a bit open-minded and prepared to try new techniques and methods. The whole reason you're here is because you think you can improve how you study. So as we go through the course, try not to think, oh, I've done that before, it doesn't work for me, people are always telling me to do that, but it never works out. Because that attitude is never ever going to help. And be prepared to work when you don't feel like it. This is the point of making the weekly plan. Your brain has been making excuses for quite some time, no doubt. Everybody's brain does. And you can't expect your brain to suddenly behave itself and get really enthusiastic about sitting down and revising. That's not how it works. Often you look at successful people and you must think that maybe they're just somehow more intrinsically interested in the work or motivated. Whereas in reality, the people who succeed, it's really just because they are able to get started on a task even if they don't feel like doing it. So remember that this week. Really think about being prepared to work. Don't wait for motivation. Motivation comes once you've already started. One of the things we might have put down is that we don't have the time. We're all very busy people, and you may just think that it's just an impossible task to find 1 or 2 hours in every day of the week. And that's because if you're trying to find time, you won't find it. Everybody's day is full. No matter how busy we are or not busy, everybody's day is full from start to finish with activities. But no matter how busy we are, we all have choices, some choices in what we do. So you won't find the time. This is why you have to make the space in your diary in advance for what you want to do, or your diary will fill up with something else. And if you really don't have the time, if you're looking all the way down your day and your day is completely full with activities from the time that you get up and the time that you go to bed, then you're going to have to look at your priorities, what you're doing with your day, and if you want to improve your studies, something else will have to move. So you're going to fill in your foolproof weekly plan. That's all you need to do. You're going to decide when you're going to study each day. So it doesn't have to be all in one go. You could split it into 15-minute slots, 30-minute slots, however you like. You're going to think about where you will study, and you're going to prepare your physical space, and also look and work out how to turn off any distracting apps and notifications. You might also find out how you can set timers on your devices so that you know how long you're working for. You might want to think about who you could tell. You can use the discussion section to tell other people on this course what your plan is and when you're going to work each day. Or you remember, you could also tell somebody you live with or a friend what you're going to do. And you're going to think about how are you going to keep yourself motivated. Maybe you want to set a time to work that's earlier in the day so that later on in the day you can treat yourself with something. You might want to think about being really, really strict with yourself at the start, because then you'll develop a much more confident study habit, and you will continue and not need to be so strict as you get better at getting started before you get motivated.